All right, guys. Game 4, match point. And it's on Iron Fortress LE. So, big map again after not quite seeing that for 2 games. Here we go. Spawning on the bottom right-hand side. Purple Terran on the ropes. Needs to win this to stay alive. And the last hope for Team Gravity. It's Sonic. On the other hand, on the upper right-hand side, it's going to be the teal Zerg for Brawl Esports. 1 win away. Can he close it out here? It's KiToO. So, that first game was on Cactus Valley. And it wasn't... I say this time and time again, it's not a great map for Terran. But even though this is a 4-player map, this is a lot easy. It's a lot... I would say Terran have a lot more room to operate. There's a lot more open spaces than we've seen on whether it's Echo or whether it is Cactus Valley, right? There's just so much more open spaces between bases. The third can be potentially a tricky area for Zergs to defend. So really, this is another opportunity here for Sonic to play his A game. And he's going to need to bring it because this is it. His back is against the wall now. As far as things go for KiToO, really the key thing for him is dominating that mid game. Because that really is what determines whether or not he wins or loses. We've seen this in all 3 games, pretty much. I mean, the early game, he can take some hits from Sonic. He can, he might delay his tech a bit. He might delay his economy a bit. If he goes for 2 base muta, the mutas may not necessarily find much room to operate, but ultimately it's the mid game that determines the fate of these 2 players. Because, KiToO, he just needs to find himself in a good position to engage in a superior manner. If he can shut down Sonic's aggression mid-game, he wins. If he can't, he loses. It really is that simple. So I think that's something we need to be on the lookout here for game number 4. For now, we're going to see Sonic open up Reaper. So unlike game number 1, despite this being a big 4-player map, he's going to send out a Reaper first instead of make his command center first and just get his scouting in. Second Reaper on the way as well. Now, 3 games is a small sample size, but it does appear that, Sonic is situated on 3 base a little earlier. He does have a nicer mid game. So let's see if that's something he's going to go for here. The early 3rd CC. We've seen that from him once. He's making that 2nd CC right now. And just going to stay on 2 Reapers, it looks like. So he's going to micro around, just do some scouting, forcing a spine or a spore, which is always a good thing, as well as an extractor. And the KiToO here, mining enough gas to be starting that speed, I'd have to imagine. 108, 112, 116. Oh, okay. It's a lair. It is a lair. So, if a player doesn't spend the 100 gas on speed, he's either going to go, if he's on 2 base, he's either going to go Roach all in or fastest muta possible. Look at that. Lair already for KiToO, and Sonic at this point has yet to find out. His Reaper's just going to hang out outside. Can't really get up anywhere. I mean, the cliff was guarded by Lings. Queens, of course, on the low ground. So Sonic is just going to have to find out with some other form of scouting if he ever finds out at all. And had he gone 3 CC, it'd be a scary moment. That's kind of an opener from Zergs. The idea is to punish 3 CC because you're just not going to have... You're going to have a lot to try to defend. A lot of places you need to maneuver, but not a lot of units to make that happen. But Sonic is sticking to 2 base. He's opening here with, all the way up to Starport, and he's got the armory on the way right now. So, last game he went with the Hellbat timing. Looks like he's going to go for that again. This is going to be interesting here because the Hellbat timing isn't just purely Hellbats. There's Marines mixed in there as well. So if, we're going to see just a small amount of mutas come out because this is the earliest muta timing period. There's not going to be too many because the economy of the Zerg just can't support too many at this point. Could get interesting because you think, like, can the mutas even hold this off? So that's kind of a question that's going to really determine how Game 4 goes. Right now, Hellion just poking at the Zergling and takes it out. Looks like Sonic is going to make his move here first. So 5 Hellions across the map. Oh, Overlord will scout this. Not to mention the creep. Nice wall there. Nice wall there from KiToO. Nothing, not a single thing that Sonic can do about it. So you can just morph in the Hellbats and then try it. So he's going to make his move right here. There's 3 queens, 1 spine. The spine getting focused down immediately. These are slowlings, by the way. This is a huge tip-off for Sonic. He has to realize now what's happening, okay? There's no speed even on lings. These 2 evolution chambers are not researching anything. He has to know immediately that it is going to be Muta. But is he going to do anything immediately to indicate that he knows it? So far, he's making a Viking. Maybe more for creep spread than anything else. Well, now it's confirmed. There is a Spire. Sonic's going to move right in here. There is nothing here from KiToO to defend this. This is kind of what I was looking at here. You know, just you go for mutas, but can you get them in time? And even if you get them, are they going to be enough? 3, 4 mutas? These Hellions are having a family cookout right now. We're seeing drone parts all crispy and GG. That was a nice victory there for Sonic, and he's pushed this to a decisive ace match. Wow, gutsy stuff. And, you know, interesting, risky play from KiToO going for that. Even though it didn't work, I like it because you're on a big map. You have a game that you can lose, and, you know, maybe your opponent just thinks, oh, it's Iron Fortress, I'm gonna go 3cc. And then that's where KiToO's rubbing his hands, going like, right? But, you know, it didn't quite play out that way. Sonic played aggressively as well, so, you know, just take the L there. And then you move into an ace match where you, I guess, play a little more safely, right? So, well, we'll see. We'll see, because this next map, and let me double check on that, is Expedition Lost. So we're back on the 2-player map again. And this is a tricky map because of that backdoor. And Zergs love to abuse that. So I can't quite say, you know, who's going to have an advantage on this map, because so much can happen where that doesn't come into play. But if someone were to know how to utilize that, it would be KiToO. So let's see here in game number 5 what's going to go down, because it all comes down to this. This is $75 on the line at the least. And so exciting to see it come down to one game after, what is it, 3 shutouts in the round of 8. So as these players are busy setting it up, we should be getting into that soon.